guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this little space, which on November 1st the little Christmas trees arrive, because why not? It's 2020, there's literally no rules in this year and we didn't get to enjoy Halloween, so I might as well enjoy Christmas for 2 months, because why not? I love Christmas. In case you're wondering, the two tall trees are from the Target dollar spot section. They were $3 each. The little trees, I think they're from the Target dollar spot from last year, and they were $1. So yeah, I didn't see them around this year. I wanted a few more pink ones, but I did find these other like really tall gold ones. Don't be fooled. This is only part of this whole house that looks like there's some type of Christmas spirit in, because the rest is still like pumpkins everywhere. But yeah, very pretty in pink today. Mauvey pink. It's one of my favorite colors. Currently, I have been obsessed with the mauvey pink eyes. And let's get into these favorites. I do have one disappointment, but I want to start off with the good stuff. So I'm gonna breeze through quickly. Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, still my top foundation. Month of October, I use this so much as well. I talked about it last month. It was my favorite. I love this month. I loved it for the month of October as well. It's just a really nice matte foundation on the skin. It looks flawless. It looks beautiful. I still like it. I am going to try and reach for my other foundations now that I've been using this one for 2 months. I need to give some love to the other ones. I decided to play with a new concealer. I'm really trying to get into using my other stuff and not use the same concealer month after month after month. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I do have like 15 other ones that are like, hey, do you see us? We're right here too. So I decided to go back to the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer. And I have mine in the shade 355 Vanilla. I like this concealer. It's one of my favorites as well. It's a really good drugstore concealer. Like, this is in the section of my top concealers, and then I have a section of like concealers that I just want to get rid of because I liked them at one point, but now that I've tried other ones, I like the other ones more than these. And I have like 2, 4, there's 7 in that little section that I can see right now. And then there's like 12 of my top concealers. This one, I decided to go back to it. It's one of my favorites and I use it all month of October. Next, for this primer, I decided to go back to my Benefit Professional. I feel like the only thing that I do really rotate are my primers, because I like to use different combinations every day. And this one I stuck with all the month of October, just because I'm almost out of my poreless putty. Even though I do have a backup, I wanted to use other ones, and I use this one a lot in combination with like the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I only have a little bit left of, the Hard Candy, like the dupe for the Milk, and also the Elf Jelly Primer. So I would say I like to combine 2 primers, one that fills in my pores and then one that makes my makeup last longer and adds a little hydration and a little stickiness, which is those other ones. Those 3 are my top. I do like the Milk one. I just have to avoid putting it on this area because it burns in this area only. I don't know what that has to do, but I do know that this area is sensitive for me right now, and it's usually where I get dry in the winter when it starts getting cold. So maybe that's why I just have a sensitive area right here, which is weird, but this was a favorite. This is one of the primers that I feel like I always will have in my collection, because it's a primer that throughout the years it has worked good on my skin. There's never been a time where I'm like, okay, this primer is not working for me anymore. It's not filling in my pores anymore. No, this has worked amazing throughout all these years that I've used it, and I have continued to repurchase it. Next, I have to talk about this product quickly. The Wet n Wild Makeup Stick Contour. This stuff is amazing. I don't know why people don't rave about this more. I know I'm a newbie at cream contouring, and this is probably one of the only products I've tried, but I am obsessed with how good it works. I was going to buy the Huda Beauty contour, whatever, the little contour pot, but this just works so good. It's so easy to use. It's just perfect. I combine it to blend it with this brush. It's the Accentuate Accentuate brush from Moda Brushes, from their little mythical little kit. I think it's like a 5-piece brush set. This one was in there, along with my favorite foundation brush at the moment, which I use today. It has a flat top kabuki, and it has a couple other brushes. So if you guys are interested in really good brushes, Moda Brushes is the way to go. I do have a discount code with them. You can feel free to use it if you want to. If not, that's totally fine. It's always in the description down below. They do have Moda brushes at Walmart, but they don't always have these sets, like these specific sets. They're more on their page only, but I will link it down below in case you guys are interested. This is the best combo. This stipples on the product so well, and it doesn't pick up my foundation, which is what I love, because I've tried other brushes, even blending this product out, and it just moves my foundation, the other brushes, and this one doesn't. Like, it just, as it's stippling, it's like blending it into the skin and not moving nothing but the product, which is why I love this combo in specific. And I have the shade Oaks on You. So favorite combo. I know I talked about that last month, but I've truly been loving that. Next, we have a setting spray, and this is a setting spray that I use every day when I do my makeup. Sometimes when I don't do my makeup, I just like to refresh my skin, especially because these smell so delicious. Milani Make It Last Fruit Fetish scented sprays. This is kiwi watermelon. I usually rotate through all three, and then the regular scent, this one right here, as you can see, I'm literally almost out of this one, and this one is not too far behind it because I use this one all month of October. Like I said, I usually rotate through the scents, but for the month of October, I was just like, give me this one, give me this one. This one smells so good, and it really does smell so good. The kiwi watermelon just smells so fresh, and it feels so refreshing on the skin. I love this one. So you know how I'm saying that I want to stick to using the products that I have in my collection, and the reason I mentioned that is because over on this side I have another shelf, the one that was like right behind me on this side, but on top of it I have like acrylic organizers where I have new makeup. And when I say new makeup, I mean from like the past 4 or 5 hauls that I still haven't opened, that I still haven't used. And the reason I do that is because like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film a tutorial with that palette, I'm going to use that in a video, I'm going to use that in a new makeup tutorial video, and then I don't use it. I haven't done them. And honestly, at times I just feel like I lose my mojo, and I lose my kind of like enthusiasm to film tutorials. I love filming tutorials. That's one of the things that I wanted to do when I first started my YouTube channel. That was what I was most interested in. But back then, tutorials were popular. People would watch them. Now it's sometimes hurts a little when like I put so much work in a tutorial and it gets 60 views. And you guys know I've never been the one like, oh, I'm doing it for views, I'm gonna like clickbait to do this for the views. It's never been like that. I do the tutorials for the love of makeup and for the love of doing them. So even if 60 people are watching them, you guys see I'm still doing them here and there, but I do want to focus on bringing back more tutorials and doing more makeup looks. This is a style of makeup looks I do. I don't do the crazy like other crazy makeup looks because I'm just not that experienced, but I feel like, you know, there's a spot for everyone, for everything. There's a little space for everyone. Whether you're doing like super theatrical makeup, special effects makeup, you know, makeup like this that's a little simple, because for some people this is not simple, this is dramatic. This is like simple dramatic makeup over on, you know, this space, and that's what I'm going to focus on. You know, I am not a professional makeup artist. I've never claimed to be a professional makeup artist. I just love doing tutorials, and sometimes I know my tutorials aren't like really like explaining step by step. It's more like I'm just showing you guys how I'm doing my makeup. Basically, that's what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to go on a no buy, and I'm also trying to cancel my BoxyCharm, my premium and my luxe. I feel like I will stay maybe with my base box, and honestly I've seen a difference. My aunt canceled her premium and her luxe, and her boxes have been amazing. They have been better than mine. And I was like, you know what? At this point, for me, the luxe and the premium, they have no more premium and luxe experience, because it was either one or the other. If you have the luxe, that's the experience, you know, different to the base box. Now it's like luxe and premium compete, and it's sometimes they just clash, and it's like none of the boxes are good. So that's something that I'm working towards doing for the beginning of the year. I do definitely want to get my last Lux box. If I already put up with the crappy boxes at the beginning of the year, you best believe December better be a good box, and I am getting it. And then starting off January, I want to cancel premium and Lux and just keep base, and then focus more on tutorials, and like I said, focus on using those products that I have from like 3 hauls ago that I still have them in the box and they haven't been opened. So those are my plans. Let's get into these other products, these other favorites, because you guys know I can ramble. But brows. Okay, let's get into brows. I have been so proud of my brows, so proud of myself for not destroying my brows, because old me at this time, I would have been like, shave everything, pluck everything out, over pluck, over like shave. And for now, I can honestly say that I am loving the look of my brows. This is basically, if they're like one's higher, one's lower, or they're crooked, this is the look of my brows. This is how they are. Everywhere you see, I have hairs now. For this brow, this one, the outside still have a little, I need to grow out a little more brow hairs right here, but for the most part everything is a little more full than what it was, just like 3 little hairs. So I'm so proud, and I'm so happy of my brows. Like right now I'm just happy to have these. I know some people haven't been a fan of my brows, which is okay. When I used to do them darker, when I used to do them like super dark right here, super squared off, I mean, in that moment, I was happy with those brows, and I love those brows. Right now, in this moment, I'm loving these brows. The only time that I can say I regret doing my brows is when I did like the Ronald McDonald brows, the like super sharp brows, like just literally one stroke of the pencil, and no, those were a hot mess. But we're past that. We're here now. We're going to enjoy this. So the 2 brow products that I have been loving, this one I'm actually out of. I need to buy another one. This is the Real Her I Am Inspiring brow pencil. And I'm literally completely out of this. I'm so sad. I went through this super quick, but it was when I was first like starting to grow my eyebrows out. This is so fine and precise that's what I love about it. And it just lasts all day. I love that it has a little spoolie in the end, and it's just a really good, wow, a really good brow pencil. So definitely will be picking up the darkest color again. And then this is like the star of my eyebrows lately. So you guys see how this front looks a little more like full, like it. I have a lot of hair. It's all an illusion. Honestly, I've been using the Brow Micro Filling Pen in the shade Deep Brown, and it has the little like 3 little like brush strokes type of thing, and it gives you the appearance of hair. So you kind of just like flick it, and it gives you 3 little strands, so it looks like hair. I'm still having a hard time doing this side, because like the way you hold this one and it's just so effortlessly isn't the same way you put more pressure over here. So I'm trying to just like flick my wrist to do this side, but this stuff is amazing. This is definitely worth picking up in the VIB sale, which is coming up. Well, for me, I am not Rouge, I am VIB. So I think it starts on the 3rd, tomorrow actually. So I have a haul coming up of things that I have been picking up like this last week. And then the last thing I want to order is from Sephora. During the sale, there's a couple of things that I want and a restock of some things. So that would probably be my last haul. because I do want to kind of go on a no buy and use more of the products that I have. Get rid of some products like by using them up instead of just having to throw them out, because it's just, that'll be money wasted, you know. I do have a lot of makeup and I do this for you guys, and I buy makeup to make reviews and tutorials, so I need to do more of those. I feel like I have to focus more on what I love, and I love doing that, and that's the reason that I started my makeup channel. So if you want to see anything but makeup, go over to my vlog channel, which I will try and get videos up. I just have problems with my editor so much, and currently that vlog footage that I have that I was editing, like my 13-year anniversary with my girlfriend, I can't find it. I can't upload it for you guys, and that's what I was working on. So that's a whole other story that kind of has me up and down in my emotions lately, but hopefully I can get all that sorted out. Anyways, I was talking about this brow pencil. So good. Love this stuff. Okay, on to palettes. So the palette that I really used a lot during the month of October was this one. And I actually started using it before I saw the launch of the new one and, you know, the sneak peeks of the new Huda Beauty palette, which by the way is on my list to buy. But the new Nude Huda Beauty is still, for me, it's a cult favorite. I love this palette. This for me is still a perfect fall palette. These are the colors I like. If you don't like these like warm pink shades, this might not be for you. But this for me is such a beautiful nude everyday palette. Like this can be my everyday year of the year palette. I just choose to use it more around this time, obviously, because I do also have a lot of other palettes that I have continued to buy, but this one is still my favorite. I feel like I pull it out every, you know, fall, and I just am obsessed with this color of look around this time. Like mauve is my color, I feel like, you know, along with that mustard yellow, burnt orange. Those are just colors I love. Another palette that I have been using a lot is this one, the Huda Beauty Nude Rich. And again, it wasn't planned. I just, you know, having the palettes laid out like this, like having my palettes laid out like this, it just helps me. I had them over on this side, and it just helped me so much. Just turn around and be like, okay, I want to use this palette. I want to use this palette that I haven't used in a long time, rather than having them in a drawer. I feel like if they're in a drawer, I just won't dig through the drawer to see the palettes that I have and to use a different one. This has helped me so much in, you know, rotating my palettes. Even if it's like for a month, that's more than what I was doing when I was sticking to just one palette. I know I only show you guys a couple of palettes for my favorites, because I show you guys the ones that I use the most, that I kept using for like a week, over a week. Those are favorites, you know, not the ones that I just use one time in the month. Yes, they're still good palettes and I love them, but I show you guys the ones that I use the most. So this one, Nude Rich, was also one that I used a lot. And it's just a perfect fall palette. This is a small like version of this one, I would say. But this one's definitely more like on the, ooh, I scratched it. It's more on the red tones, and this is definitely more pinky toned. But you can see they're beautiful nonetheless, both of them. And then the last one, Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder. This one I actually got in a BoxyCharm. I was so happy too, because I love the formula of eyeshadows now. Honestly, the ones I use in this palette are these three and these two right here. I use those 5 shades. Those are the ones I use the most, and that's what I reach for this palette. It has just the richest like berry and orange, like burnt orange shade, and that brown has kind of like an orange undertone as well. It's just so beautiful, these shimmers. Perfection. Her formula is so good. I definitely want to pick up another of her palettes. And lastly, we have 2 lip products. I have a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss. So it goes without mentioning that I'm going to talk about the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I use a different one. I try to use like a different one every month. The one that I reached for the most was this one, which is 001 Pearl. I talk about a different one almost every month. Sometimes it's the same one, just because I'm obsessed with the formula of these. This one, I feel like I reach for it more, because even when I wasn't wearing makeup, I wore this one, because it truly does soften the lines of your lips, and you can tell your lips just look like nice and sleek and smooth, and then just super glossy and juicy. Oh, this is the best lip gloss from the drugstore ever, period. This is the best lip gloss, and I just love it. I recently picked up 2 new colors, but it was from the 5 exclusive shades that they have at CVS. Those colors are gorgeous. I'm still looking for like another two from those exclusive shades, but this one was the one for October. And again, I only mentioned the one that I use the most, which this liquid lipstick, if you saw me wearing a liquid lipstick in October, it was this color. I need to hide this for myself. I've been wearing it for like the past few months and I've been talking about it being a favorite. I need more of these. The formula is amazing. I actually really ended up liking the formula of the melted matte, liquefied matte, long wear lipsticks. What a mouthful from Too Faced, and this is in the color Suck It. It's just such a beautiful mauve-y shade. These are my everyday type of colors, especially in the fall. This color liquid lipstick is my go-to color. I do love the dark, like rich vampy colors, but those are like my go-to. The one that I'm wearing today actually is from Huda Beauty, and it's the liquid matte in the color Trophy Wife. And again, it's one of those like, I blinked, those mauve shades. And I did pair it with this Lime Crime Velvetine lip liner in the color Chiffon. Is it? Yeah, Chiffon. I hope that's the color. Yeah. So that's my lip combo today. And then obviously you guys saw New Nudes is on my eyes today. That's what I use for this look, and I'm obsessed. Also, I have been really loving not wearing lashes. Why? I don't know. I'm just letting my lashes take a break, and from having like excess glue for like 3 days after I wear lashes because it's so annoying. So I've just been wearing mascara and, you know, calling it a day. Now, my one disappointment for the month of October is a palette we got in BoxyCharm, which I don't even have anymore because I gave it away that bad. That's how bad it was. The Illuminati Cosmetics times Isabel Bedoya palette was such a fail. Honestly, I haven't disliked the palette this much in a long time. And even though I dislike the palette, even though there's palettes that I have disliked, I could make them work. This palette, I could not make it work for the life of me. I tried to prime, I tried to do a base, and the color just did not pop. It didn't want to stick. I did no base. That palette was bad. It was chalky. It was not really pigmented. The colors you saw in the pictures were a lot more dull in person. That palette overall was not good. I gave it to my 6-year-old cousin so she can take care of destroying it, you know, because she was going to do her makeup all fabulous and destroy the palette meanwhile doing that. So I just gave it to her so she can get rid of it. And I didn't have to get rid of it, you know, like throw it out myself. But yeah, that palette was basically trash in my opinion. I did not like it at all. And I know I wasn't the only one. My comments were like, hey, that palette sucked. I didn't like that palette either. I went over to BoxyCharm to leave my review. That palette had 3 stars. In my opinion, it was only worth 1 star. And maybe if you like the palette, that's totally fine. Again, maybe you got a good one, or you just, that's fine if you like the palette. Me personally, my experience with the palette, I hated it. It was not good. And yeah, that's basically it for my favorites and my disappointment of the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoy my very little Christmas decor. Thank you guys so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I know I always tell you guys I try to be consistent, but lately my emotions and just overall have been a roller coaster. You know, sometimes I'm good, and those times are when you guys see me on here, and sometimes I'm just feeling like blah. Sometimes I'm not feeling in the mood for anything, and it's just, you know, with everything going on in the world, it's just crazy right now. And you know, I just try my hardest to stay positive and to set goals for myself, because that helps me a lot. You know, being on here with you guys, reading your comments, even if I take long to respond sometimes, it helps me so much. And, you know, sometimes I just like to stay off of social media like Instagram and that, because it's so toxic. So I turn to YouTube because, you know, creating and editing and then uploading and replying to comments, you know, that takes my mind off of things, and that's what I've been enjoying lately. Let me know what you have been enjoying lately. Like, is it watching Netflix, or, you know, doing your nails, or whatever it may be? Let me know. I just whenever I'm good, I like to be here with you guys, and I like to, you know, create these videos because they help me so much. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support, for all your understanding, your patience with me when I'm not uploading. I really, really appreciate you guys. And like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.